Hello again, everyone. I am Gary Gonzo, and welcome to P1's Broadcasting's coverage of the North American Sim Racing. It's going to go under a new name here soon. Votive Racing League. Boomer Button Box's Indy Oval Series. And this is recruitment race number 3 coming to you from the proper version of Phoenix Raceway, Legacy Phoenix Raceway. In the booth by myself tonight, a very small field here for what should be a pretty quick race here in the desert. Longtime home of IndyCar, Phoenix Raceway. 1 mile oval, 150 laps, 150 race miles, 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires. Run the car 3 in the pits, 1 fast repair. Pit road speed limit is 45 miles per hour. We're in the middle of qualifying. Only 1 driver is chosen to go qualify right now. And that is Josh Cruz, who's provisionally on the pole with about 38 seconds left here to play in qualifying with a 177.3. Looks like everyone else is kind of taking a more of a breather approach to it and just going to line up in a race. Pretty leisurely here tonight. Nothing too fancy going on. Just if you want to say anything in chat, go right ahead. It is just me in the booth. So, long moments of silence. It's me changing cameras, doing audio changes, the whole 9 yards. But we welcome you to the broadcast here on P1. This is recruitment race number 3 for the Votive Racing League. They will kick off next Wednesday, right here on P1 at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time. And that will be Mark Murphy and Jalopnik.com's Ryanair King on the call for the action all season long. We'll be doing a doubleheader actually every Wednesday night through the course of the Votive season. So I will be over also a little bit later start time, 8:50 p.m. over also still here on P1. You can open up another tab if you like with the Vigilante Racing League, and when their season continues, when they correspond here with Votive. But we're now in the warm-up period. 4 minutes left to do a little bit of a warm-up out here. I don't think we're going to have really any takers, it looks like. We'll see if anybody lights up the engines and decides to make some laps. But this is the proper version of Phoenix, as you see there by where the start-finish line is. It's on the... Well, now they call it the back stretch, but it's on the front stretch here properly, and the start-finish line right there in the middle. But long-time home to USAC kart, IRL, IndyCar. The USAC track record set by Uncle Bobby here back in 1977 when they used to come here 2 times a year. Uncle Bobby set a speed of 1:48.699 in the fall of 77. Brian Herta still has the kart record. That is Colton Herta's dad, set in 95. And that might have been either his second or his rookie year that year driving. I think he was driving for Ganassi. And he did a speed of 181.952 when kart used to come here. It was one of the early races on the kart calendar. And then when IRL IndyCar took it over, back in 2017, now after a little bit of a hiatus, about 2003, 2004, the IRL stopped coming here, and that kind of stopped the consecutive streak of IndyCar races at Phoenix, going back into the 50s and the 40s even for that matter. When they restarted here in the late teens, Elio Castroneves went ahead and set the track record that season, or when they returned in 2017 when they had the IR18s, or excuse me, the DW12s with all the aero kit and all the high downforce package. I set a speed of 194.5 back in 17. The most career wins leaders here for IndyCar in Phoenix. This includes the spring and the former fall race, which ended in 86. Virtual who's who of IndyCar royalty. Al Unser Sr. has 6. Gordon Johncock has 5. Mario Andretti, Uncle Bobby, Lone Star GR. Super Tex, the Gas Man, Tom Sneva, each have 4. Rick Mears with 3. Of course, this is probably the site of one of the biggest upsets in IndyCar history. where Jim Guthrie in the second race ever with the new Formula IRL cars in '97 beat out Jim Guthrie, a very underfunded squad. In fact, I think he had to leverage his house, his car, and a number of assets he had just to put that car on a track. He managed to beat out an up-and-coming Tony Stewart by a few seconds to get his one and only IndyCar win, thus delaying Tony from getting his first IndyCar win by a couple months. Tony eventually got it when he won his first race there at Pikes Peak later that season, and then went on to become the IRL champion for the conclusion of the 96-97 season. So Tony got his, but Jim Guthrie got his one and only win here in '97, probably the site of one of the biggest upsets ever in IndyCar history. About 58 seconds now, 57 seconds left in the warm-up, where we are not seeing any action on the racetrack. That's fine. And in chat, we got, let's get this party started. Well, I think we're going to see it in about 45 seconds here. We'll get this party started. And we'll get in today's starting lineup for you momentarily. If you enjoy P1's coverage of the NASR Votive Boomer Boxes, so that's Boomer Button Boxes, IndyCar Oval Series, and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing, and while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future P1 racing broadcasts. Dan Adams coming out to make a late lap here before time runs out. And that is the session. Next up on the channel, we got a doubleheader this Sunday coming up at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The EGB Hypercar Championship Round 3 at Watkins Glen. And then later that evening, 7 p.m. Eastern, will be the return of the Dark Horse Summer Series, or the Summer Grand Slam Series, is kind of what I call it. But it's their, what they call their summer ride of 2,000-mile ride. And that's will be all 2,000. And what are we doing here? No one's lining up. Are we not racing? Are we not racing? Let's see here. Do we have a wrong session, possibly? I'm glad this is just an exhibition. Just checking right here, and we'll watch Dan Adams here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag's in the air. All right, so we are in a okay, so there is a new session. So let's do this. Let's go back to this, and we'll be right back. Okay, it looks like we are back here in the proper session. And again, good thing it is exhibition. You see we got lap times coming in now. Bruner going to the pole with a provisional pole to 176. And Mark Murphy, the Murph, 178.1. Barry Robinson having some issues on their qual there. Oh, Josh Ryan cartwheeling down in the turn one in the polka dot rig. Got to take care of Connor's gear better than that. Here's Steve Vest. In fact, I was talking about Jim Guthrie. That looks very similar to how Jim Guthrie's car was. Just a bright, plain yellow car. Back when Jim Guthrie won the race here in '97, of course. And then we also have in the lineup, I think, was Cruz. That was in the Glidden Special, which is exactly what Tony Stewart drove. Here's Nick Wheeler. He was in the first race. And we had for the recruitment race at Kentucky. I believe he also participated in some of the Indy Pro Series qualifiers. Those guys will kick off here in about a week or so. Good luck to all those drivers who made the Fast 33. I say the Fast 33. That's a local colloquialism here in Indianapolis. It's the actually top 33 in points there for the Pro Series. There's Steve Best coming back into the pits. 145 left to play down. 140. Murph, Wheeler, Bruner, Robinson, Perchatsky. I hope I'm saying that right. Adams and Vest. Your top 7. Joker, Napier. I'm going to say Napier? Napper? Again, let me know just in chat over in their Discord. Just let me know if I butcher your name too much. Ryan, Cruz, and Petrovics have chosen not to qualify yet. Anyways, like we were saying, next time we'll be live here on P1. It'll be this Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. EGP Hypercar Championship. It'll be their third round at Watkins Glen. Pretty interesting series in the hypercars. If you like the Indy cars, you'll definitely like the hypercar. Just think of an Indy car, but full enclosure. Much like those old Daytona prototypes. Here's Armand Petrovic. Gonna sneak in here with about 30 seconds left to play in quals. And they also have push to pass and everything. So very similar to these cars. A lot of crossover in the real world, as a matter of fact. And then later on the 8th, we'll do 500 miles at Pocono. We're round 3 of the summer 2,000-mile ride series. Then Monday, we'll have our regular Monday number doubleheader on the 9th at the 8:10 p.m. Mark Murphy, who's in the lineup tonight, and Justin Petchow will bring you the NTRL Xfinity action from Kansas. And then at 9:45 p.m., it will be myself and the winner of race 1 here in the recruitment for the recruitment series, or the preseason here they've done. Now we're going into warm-ups here. Myself and Luis Gonzalez Nunez, who won that Kentucky race, he won that Kansas race. We will be round 3 for the ISRA trucks, actually at Kentucky. And then Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. is the start of our signature broadcast that we've carried over for the old channel. We was on ERN, the Elite Racing Network, for much of the last season, and so now it's moving to its final and regular home here on P1. It's the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top splits at 8:15 p.m. Eastern as we start a new championship for week 1 of season 4 of 2024. As we move to, or we'll start the season in Nashville. And the next day, Wednesday, another doubleheader. We'll have the start of the Votive Racing League here, the Boomer Button Box's Indy Oval Series. They'll kick off with Ryan, Eric King, and Mark Murphy calling the action at Fontana for a 100-lapper there. And then at 8:50, myself and Josh Bittner will pick up the action for Vigilante Racing League Truck Series at Atlanta. And it's not over there yet, because then on Thursday, I go over to the ERN, and we're going to be doing the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Thursday night at Richmond. And then I get an off day. But only one. Then, Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern, the finale of the IndyCar iRacing Series. As we will wrap up that season at the Nashville Superspeedway for round 16 of the IIS. Just watching the action as it occurs on the racetrack. And about 5 seconds left to go here in the warm-up. Let's check out chat. We got a pretty active chat there. And we got a good bookie trying to put some money on LGN. Don't. He's not in the lineup. Riggedy, am I allowed to chat in here? Yes, you can. You can. Well, you can chat. I don't know if you could bring a cat in the chat. That'd be interesting. We're lining up for racing now, and let's get into tonight's starting grid from the proper version of Phoenix Raceway, Legacy Phoenix Raceway, or Legacy International Phoenix International Racer. Also used to be known as PIR. And Shane Coker, this is for you. Murphy on the pole. Murph with the 178.7. Wheeler, the only other car in the 178 bracket. That might be your top two for competition. I know Steve Bruno looked pretty fast all practice and in qualifying. 176.3. Greg Robinson the second. He is P4 with a 175.2. Rctment, he is a 171.8, lining up fifth. Adams, sixth. Now we're down in the 160s, but a 167.9, but still got view of the front. So speed is not an essence when you have a lineup this small. Vest in seventh, Petrovic in eighth, Cruz in ninth, Napier. I'm going to say Napier, and again, if I say that wrong, just let me know over in the Votive Discord. He's lining up 10th. And Shane Coker 11th. Oh, and for some reason that whole other column remained. Interesting. But Josh Ryan also will be lining up 12th. Keep this on the screen just a little bit longer so I can take a screenshot of it. Send that to my dev. Here's your weather conditions. Unseasonably cool. And here we go. Going to go green with a portion of the field.
Green, green, green.
Not sure where everyone is. We got somebody starting for pit road. Oh, Murph, up into the gray. Inside in the 3 there. Clears John Napier. Napier's going Napier. I was going to check John. Just I can't say it right. Napier. That may be Napier. Petrovic is your leader. He's getting run down now by Mark Murphy. Robertson coming in the pit road. Wheeler still running. Bruner right behind him. Adams also on the racetrack. Napier parks it. And now he's off pit road. Oh. Oh. Careful. I think John Vest may be done. Rctment might also be done as well. Yep. Murph, gonna take a hack at it. In the dog leg and clear. Murph to the lead. Lap 7 to 150.
Flag is out.
Nick Wheeler Ooh, okay, so we're going back a little bit farther there. Nick's by himself here on the front straight, just behind Napier. And he comes in, turns, and the thing just gets loose on him. Over rotates right here in the middle of 2. Whoop, right around. Does he hit anything? No, he doesn't. It's definitely going to be a new set of tires. Is this the new studio? No, this is not the new studio. It's, well, I guess it is the new studio that has the new parts in it. So we got Studio 1, which is up until a couple weeks ago. Then we have Studio 1.5, which is a new processor, new motherboard, or not new motherboard, new processor, new GPU, which I tell you what, though, you look at the look, you can see individual blades of grass down there. Hopefully you're watching in high definition, or get it up to high def, as much as high def as you can get it to. And also got updated the power supply, and also increased cooling with a radiator and an all-in-one cooler and some fans. And kicking off some heat right now. I can feel the exhaust. GPU only 68% on fan speed, so it doesn't think it's horribly hot. 63 degrees Celsius. So there's a friend of mine suggested there's a reshader application that you could put on top of iRacing. You see Murph just getting topped off there. And I do have that reshader on, and it does look a lot better. It doesn't look as well, I can show you what it looks like with the reshader here. They were just exhibitions, so if I push the button for reshade, all of a sudden it looks like all the cloud, the sun went in the clouds. And then if I hit the reshader again, everything kind of brightens up, almost like you're there for real. Again, reshader not applied, reshader applied. So yeah, it's a big deal with this reshader. I'm glad it got recommended because it's just got to wave around for a couple cars here. Dan Adams is going to be your leader. Bruner second. Petrovic's third. Wheeler fourth. The Murph. Wheeler now fourth. Murph is fifth. Robertson sixth. Yeah, reshader. Just go into YouTube and I just found the newest video on it because it's been around, I guess, a while. Some people have been doing it. So I just wanted to check the newest video and see what they suggest. And they tell you how to download it, how to integrate it in with iRacing and everything. And I think it looks a lot better. Night races look outstanding. Show me the green. Dan Adams, Bruner, Petrovic, Wheeler, Murphy.
Green flag.
Here we go. Kind of a slow start. Everyone kind of feeling everybody out. Hopefully it sounds good to everybody. Did some changes to the sound and the updates to some of its abilities, and it's not a horribly fancy sound card. Now, Studio 2.0 has a fancy sound card, and it has a video card which will surpass even this one. So the problem is you got to make a run to migrate to it, and that migrating to new computers is always a pain in the ass. Pardon my French. Wheeler clear Robinson. Let's ride with the Murph. And downshift gears. Oh, he looked loose. And he lets Brunner go. He does look loose. Wow, you could really hear that car on the verge of the edge of adhesion there. On the outside of Brunner, getting the position. Yeah, he's only third gear, fourth gear. Down the third gear in the corners. Down the second gear in the corners. Loose through the dog leg. Yeah, I'm wondering if this setup might be a lot to handle. Down to the yellow line. You can clip it. There's Brunner on the outside, getting a good run. Whoa, look at that counter steer for Murph. He is not liking this setup. Meanwhile, up front, maybe these tires will go later in a run. They can not a lot of track temperature out there, so maybe they, as they wear, they become better. Right now, it looks everybody's on the edge. Let's pop into Petrovic's car. Yeah, he's pedaling for all it's worth.
The yellow flag is out.
I might have had a slow car in the backstretch. And it's Greg Robinson. Not sure what happened. We're following him around. I think he just became too slow on the racetrack, and it flagged the caution. 25 of 150. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong so far. I think just a slow car on the racetrack. Yeah, he stopped on the racetrack. That's what brought it out. And he's in pit road, and he is done. So Adams your leader now. Petrovic second, Brunner third, Murph fourth. Murph coming to pit road. Gonna let you all watch the action on pit road. Dan Adams stayed out. So did Wheeler. Track position. Here's the upcoming schedule for the series, Season 1. And they will be starting off at Auto Club for 100 laps, Chicago at 100 laps. Nothing more than 100 laps all season long. And they're also intermediates and larger. So Auto Club, Chicagoland, Texas, Pocono, Michigan, Las Vegas, Indy Oval. So if you're used to the IndyCar Oval Series, the official races that iRacing does, those are the races that are held every quarter of the hour, every 2 hours. So 8:15, 10:15, 12:15, so forth and so on. They run very similar lengths. In fact, these races are about 25 laps longer. And include an additional set of tires, but not as much fuel. 75% fuel in these versus 100% fuel in the other ones. Now, if you participate in the Oval Series, in the Indy Oval Series, or the IndyCar Oval Series with iRacing, you'll basically do one pit stop at some point in that race. Even though there are tire limits, you got 3 sets of tires, 1 in the car, 2 in the pits. And if you participate in those, this will probably feel very similar to you. A slightly different strategy, though. Smaller fuel tanks in the rule set for this league. But about 25 more laps in most cases. Indianapolis, I think it's about 40 more laps, another 100 miles or so. But typically Vegas, Texas, Chicagoland, they're about 75 laps. Pocono, I think about 50 or 60. Same thing for Autoland in Michigan, or Auto Club in Michigan. Autoland, Hollywood land there. Under caution, or at least the second time of the day, where a car stopped on the backstretch. Like Wheeler has decided to call it quits. Murph is doing donuts in the middle of the front stretch. And he dings his car. But that is what recruitment races do to you. Oof. Actually, I had the schedule up just because. Do we need to see all that horseplay? No. No. Oh, forcing a season session end. Okay. And I call it. Okay. So here we go again. Oh, hold on. Stand by.